Hey! Today is 2nd of June. June 2nd, I should probably say. Wow. It's a Friday! And by the way, I'm Maya. You can find me as sjomajlin on Instagram and Ravelry. And I am coming to you today from... I was gonna describe it, but I'm not. Jönköping, Sweden. It is, and I'm cold. I brought the shawl to wear. Why don't I wear it? And you're welcome for the colors. It's on me. It's 8:30 at night. I've been working. I am but it is what it is. It's still light, as you can see. I'm loving this time of year. It's light until like after 10. I'm loving it. At the very north of Sweden. I'm sure there is a word for this. Midnight sun? Possibly? Like the sun doesn't set at all for however many days or nights even. Might be 40, because I know in winter it is 40 days that the sun won't rise over the horizon. Might be, I'm not sure. That doesn't happen here where I live. The sun always sets and the sun always comes up. But the days are really, really long, and that is just gorgeous. I am not about to be explaining myself for not recording last weekend, because I didn't, and that's fine. We had a 4-day weekend last weekend. Had Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday off, and that's, I mean, I love having time off. It's awesome, but it's still, it kind of throws you. I had, this week was pretty rough, just because of that 4-day weekend. Again, I don't mind having time off, but it's kind of tough. But it's been a full-packed week this week, and I am having kind of a full-packed weekend this weekend coming up. So that is why I am recording. Obviously it's not late in the day, but I am very tired and possibly shouldn't record at this point, but I am recording at this point. We got an email yesterday from our boss saying, okay, so as I said, today is June 2nd, which means on Tuesday will be June 6th, which is the National Day of Sweden. Is that what it's called? Which is absolutely not as big as 4th of July in the US, for example. It is a very, like, day, to be honest, although it is a bank holiday, so most people have the day off. Well, I say that, obviously, like, hospitals keep open, all like, what's the word? Like nursing homes and stuff like that, that aren't like hospitals, but still take care of people, are open. Schools are out, but stores are going to be open, and so a lot of people work as well. But it is considered to be a Sunday, so there would be like extra pay and stuff for those who have to work. So we got an email yesterday from our boss saying that all employees at my work or at my job have Monday off as well, because it is like a in-between day, which would make this a 4-day weekend as well. Although I answered him back saying, like, is it okay to work though? Because I had that question asked on Monday, last Monday, by the groups I go to see on Mondays, asking like, are you working next week? And I was like, yeah, yes, I am. So I didn't want to like change what I've said to them. So I will not be having a 4-day weekend, which I guess is just as good. So it is what it is. I also realized that I was watching or going through my calendar, and let me just redo it so that I don't say the wrong. Yeah, I am currently less than 3 weeks off from summer vacay. And then I was watching some other podcast, I don't remember. It was one of the US ladies anyway, and she was talking about being long overdue for having some vacation because she hadn't had since this fall, something like that. And I realized that, okay, so our way of doing it in Sweden is not necessarily what everyone does. So I poured my tea a while ago, so it's almost getting cold. I got a new mug, by the way. I am loving it. I think it's gorgeous. Because, okay, so go back. There are like the union, the workers' union, and that whole movement has always, well, for quite a long time been a large, powerful and successful movement in Sweden. And during the 30s, they made sure, because before that, employers didn't have to give their employees vacation time. But in the 30s, it was words. There was a law that employers must give, not just offer, but must give employees 2 weeks paid vacation, at least. And since then it's been expanding, and today I would say all employees, there might be some differences to that, but I would say all employees has at least 20 days of paid vacation to take. So that is 4 weeks. Some jobs, including mine, offer or give 25 days. So I have 5 weeks that I can take. And I need to sneeze. And then you are more or less given the opportunity to do what you want with those weeks. You sort of have to have at least 2 consecutive weeks. Is that the word I was going for? Conjoining weeks? Overlapping? Well, they're not overlapping. 2 weeks at a time. And there are some ways around that, if you wish to. And the employee has the right to demand to have at least 3 weeks off in a row, without the employer saying that they cannot make it work with a sub or something like that. Anyway, the thing is, almost everyone makes sure to have those weeks taken out sort of in July in various forms, and then you can like save some days or some weeks for maybe having going for a sun trip in November or whatever. But like, schools are okay, so our schools the school year starts in middle of August, goes until Christmas. That is the fall term. There is a Christmas break for like 3 weeks, I believe, over Christmas, New Year's, and what's then? Is that Epiphany? I believe. And then spring term starts, and it goes through the first week of June or something like that. And then there is it like 10 weeks summer holiday for the school kids. So most people sort of continue on in that rhythm of the year and have a longer time off in the summer. So in 3 weeks I will start my 5 weeks off, and I am very much looking forward to that. I cannot wait. And I've already sort of started to wind down, or which I cannot really do because I have a lot of work still needs to be done. But it is lovely. And you're never as like tired and exhausted and out of it as when you are coming up to vacation or time off. So it is what it is. I felt as though I was going back to something to tie a loose end in, but I don't remember what that would have been. So last sip. Onto knitting. I have a finished object which isn't knitting, but it's yarny. My brother asked me if I could make a bookmark. Is that even the word? I think it is. With these... I was trying to look up what they are called in English, but I couldn't find it. And so I gave it up. Svartkryp in Swedish. Do you recognize them? It's like the Studio Ghibli... I was gonna say trademark, I don't really mean that. I made sort of a pom-pom out of some alpaca yarn, alpaca wool mix, and I held it over, wow, boiling water in the steam. I held it in some steam, hot steam, and then like banged it against the counter, which makes it really, really fluff up. And then I added, do you see these beads? And I tied a little black, or a knot with the black thread so that it will look sort of like irises. No, pupils in the irises. Anyway, and so I added a string. It's a crocheted chain and then 2 beads at the end. So this is like almost googly eyes and a bookmark. Let's see. This is my calendar. And I have a pen in it, but that is pretty much the effect. And it hangs up. So my brother had asked me if I could make a bookmark like this for this week coming up. So I don't know, it's probably gonna be a gift for someone, I don't know. But I made that, and I'm, excuse me, quite happy with how it came out. His head is tilted, or hers, I don't know. So that is the only finished object I have. I've been working on, I don't remember where I was with this cardigan last time I showed you. It is a top-down cardigan that I'm making. I have shown it to you, right? Or maybe I haven't. Because I sort of do not remember talking about it. Sort of do not remember. Oh, don't listen to what I'm saying, listen to what I mean. I am knitting a top-down cardigan with the contiguous shoulder method. Yes, I was talking about it because I had miscalculated a little bit, because what you do with the contiguous shoulder method is you increase as a shoulder seam, and then you just increase for the sleeve, and you don't add any more stitches to the front or the back, you just add stitches for the sleeve, as I just said. And I had sort of miscalculated for the width of the back and the front. So what I did do, I was talking about that, and I said I'll have to figure something out. What I did do is, as you can see here, there is the straight line of the of the shoulder, and then down here you can see there is a slight angle. I started doing regular raglan increases, so what I did compared to up here is that I added an increase on this is the back, so the back side of the sleeve seam, if you will, and I did that at all 4 points. I am knitting the button bands as I go in garter, as you can see, and I'm adding or I'm making buttonholes. I've started the ribbing and I've made a buttonhole. I am still making the button bands in garter even after starting the ribbing. Oh, you can see it there. And I've done one buttonhole sort of in the ribbing, and I will do a few more rows just so that the buttonhole isn't like at the very, very bottom. And then I will bind off the body. So as you can see, this is a shorter cropped cardigan, sort of a dress cardigan is the idea. I've also added some short rows in the front as shaping. And then I will pick up and knit short sleeves. I won't make them very long at all, but I will also pick up the stitches from the underarm and knit probably a few rounds in stocking stitch and then some ribbing there as well. So currently I have the body on a very long needle, and then the sleeve stitches are held on needles as well. So there are 6 tips in this cardigan, which is sort of really ridiculous. I am knitting this out of a Swedish brand, Järbo. Oh, I cannot think of the word of the yarn. The name. Wow. And I don't have the ball band here. Fuga? Is it Fuga? No, I'm not sure. I am not sure. Elise! It's Elise. I know that. Out of these blue tones. It looks much colder on my viewfinder compared to reality. It is more of a turquoise aqua in real life. It knits up sort of striping, but not. Anyway, it is a acrylic cotton blend, so it's gonna be a nice cooler summer's cardigan to cover up the shoulders. And I won't put it on to show right now, but I made the neck makes it, oh, no sneezing. The neck comes up very high and it gives it a little bit of a kimono. Is kimono what I'm looking for? Oh, I can't think of the word, but like those Chinese type collars that comes up very, very tight to the neck. It's a little bit like that, and I think this looks really cool. So as I said, I'm almost about to bind off the body, and then I'll do some work on the sleeves as well, and then they will be done. I bought some, I wonder where I put those. I ordered some buttons and they arrived in the mail this week. I'll show them to you next time. I also cast on a sock. Haven't gone very far with it, or I haven't come very far with it. It is out of the same old sort of no brand sock yarn that I've been working with in a bunch of different colorways, and this is yet another one of those with green, turquoisey, purples and cream or whites, I guess. Shorty socks, fish lips kiss heel, but, and someone was talking about this, I believe it might have been the Bakery Bears, with the short row heels, or even afterthought heels, the kind of heels that are constructed like a toe. They usually make, and I've been talking about this before, this measurement, like across the widest part of your where your heel and, oh wow, that measurement instep, is that what it is? I am... okay. Yes. It doesn't... normal short row heels doesn't fit my foot very well because I'm very wide at that diagonal. But so what I do is... so I have 64 stitches for this sock. And normally a short row heel like that would ask you to do the heel over half the stitches, i.e. 32 stitches. I make my heels over 40 stitches, so that is pretty much 2/3 instead of half, which makes it lie not flat because it pulls this line up higher and messes with the angles. But it fits my foot so much better, so you can adjust for that fit with the afterthought or short row heels. You just do it over more than half of the stitches. So I'm currently knitting down the foot, as you can see, and it's coming along. I really love this crazy color combination. It is hideously gorgeous. I'm loving it. I also started a shawl out of this yarn that I showed you quite a while ago. It is a gradient going from beige through grey through, what is this, seafoam-y kind of color, to this darker teal. It is called Mayflower. Mayflowers even, Mayflowers 4. It is 200 grams skein, and that is 800 meters. 20%, no, 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. That is Mayflowers 4. The yarn is 4 strands of unplied 2-ply. 4 strands of a 2-ply, and those 4 strands aren't plied. Oh. And when the colors transition, it changes one of the strands at a time, so there will be a very smooth transition. I'm assuming you can sort of see right here that it doesn't change right away, but it creeps in, sort of. So I started the Gale, aka Night Song pattern that I've made before, from Ravelry, and it didn't say the designer's name on the title page. Jane Arroyo, possibly, so I've written it there. Not the greatest picture and picture quality ever, but you can see it is a leaf motif. I haven't gone come very far at all, but I've started it. So you knit from the center neck down, and I started in the beige, so the dark teal will be along the borders, which hopefully will look good. I am knitting this. It is pretty much a sock weight yarn with 800 meters for 200 grams. I am knitting this with a 4mm needle, so that the stocking stitch will be not super open and flowy and airy, but it will be a nice drape, and the yarn overs and lacy parts will definitely show off as well. Here is one full leaf so far, and I've started the 3rd row there, or the whatever. I ordered some new Knit Pro Nova tips because I didn't have any metal 4mm needles, and I started knitting this with my, what is that I have, symphony wood? One of the wooden type variations of the tips, and this yarn didn't work very well with those tips at all, so I wanted to change it for metal, so I had to order some new tips. I also ordered some new cables. These are the 1.5 meter ones, which then means that the cable is sort of 130 long, and the measurement is using the length of the tips as well. This, I haven't seen these cords before. It's black. The ones I've had before are purpley, wine colored sort of, and this is just slightly rubbery rather than sort of hard plastic, which makes them very smooth, and I was a little bit worried that the yarn wouldn't run smoothly, or that the cables wouldn't run smoothly through the yarn, but it does. It totally does. So that was kind of interesting, making this new cable acquaintance. Okay, listen to me. I shouldn't be allowed to be interacting with people when I'm like this. I'm so tired. It is what it is. Tomorrow, okay, now back up. Last summer, as I turned 30, some friends, or a couple of friends, they are a couple, a married couple, they gave me a gift card, a gift certificate, is that what it's called? For a spa, a treatment, like a day spa. And for different reasons it hasn't been happening, so we made up plans to go there together, and that will be tomorrow. So unfortunately, they are one of the couples who recently had a baby, and unfortunately the baby is not accepting the bottle yet, so the mother won't be able to come with us. So me and the dad will be having a lovely time at the spa tomorrow, which will be lovely. I'm sure. I haven't been there before, so I don't exactly know what to expect, but I'm sure it's gonna be I'm sure it's gonna be lovely and restful and relaxing and just great. And then on Sunday the choir is going to sing at Mass. Is that the word I'm looking for? I'm too tired. Sunday service, probably. Anyway, and that's gonna be just great. And then I'll work Monday, have Tuesday off, work the rest of that week, including, that is not work, but on this Wednesday to come, the choir is going to have a pretty stressful, to be honest, concert that I need to prepare for. So I do have my schedule pretty tightly filled for a while yet before I'll have my vacation coming up. But as long as you have that vacation on the horizon, it'll work out. It'll be good. So what I am trying to say is I am not going to promise anything regarding, I mean, obviously I will look into, or I will try, or my aim is to talk to you guys again next weekend, but we'll see. Whoa, did the focus just go out completely, or is it my eyes? I'm not sure. My life is a little bit hectic and stressful for the time being, and that's okay, because I know it's a phase and I'm going through it, and I can see the light at the end of it, so it is fine. But I won't allow this podcast thing to become a stressful thing for me. So that being said, I will probably have no problems whatsoever recording next weekend, and it's all gonna be fine. Probably. We'll have to see. and my alarm is just about to go. It's a very quiet alarm, which is nice. So that's that. I am also working on my handspun shawl ever so slowly, but that is a very long-term project, so I am not at all prioritizing that, and that's fine. Thank you for spending some time with me. Again, you can find me as sjomajlin on Instagram and Ravelry if you want to get in contact with me there. Thank you very much, all of you, for lovely comments and thumbs up down here. That means a lot. And remember to click subscribe if you want to, and that means you won't have to keep track of the channels that you are following. They will appear in your feed as new things are uploaded. Thank you for spending some time with me. We will talk again soon. And until then, please do take care, be kind to yourselves and to one another, and knit. Bye.